إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهدي الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلوات الله وسلامه عليه. أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. Inshallah ta'ala, we are back on our proper book. As yesterday we started this book, but we should have been in Umdat al-Ahkam, and we switched, alhamdulillah, and read. But today we are on our proper book, Ma'alim as-Sunnah al-Nabawiyyah, and we reached Bab as-Sadis Ashar, the 16th chapter, Bab al-Amr, or al-Amru bil-Ma'rufi wa-Nahyu an al-Munkar, the chapter of commanding the good and forbidding the evil. We wa alaikum salam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to Masao in Japan. Let us know if you got or you think you got your mic fixed, as the link is in the top of the chat. The first hadith we have is al-Bab, or is al-Hadith al-Rabi' wal-Arba'un, the 44th hadith. And the first thing we see is al-Kha bayn al-Qawsayn, the Kha between the parentheses, meaning that this hadith is in Sahih al-Bukhari. An Nu'man ibn Bashir radiyallahu anhuma, on the authority of Nu'man ibn Bashir, may Allah be pleased with both of them, meaning Nu'man and Bashir, as they were both Muslims. An Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, on the authority of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, قال, that he said, مثل القائم على حدود الله والواقع فيها. مثل, the example, al-qa'imi. This comes from the root qaf, waw, mim, and we know this like qiyam, qayyam, mustaqim, al-qiyama. All of these things would be relating to maybe standing upright and so forth, and steadfast. Here, al-qa'im means the one who is steadfast or upholding. Al-qa'im, he is standing. Qa'im, a person who is standing, is qa'im or waqif. Here, al-qa'im ala hududillah. Hudud, the plural of had, here meaning the limits of Allah. Mathal al-qa'imi ala hududillah, the example of the one who is standing firm and upholding the limits of Allah. Wal waqi'i fiha. Al-waqi' from waw, qaf, ayn means someone to fall in. Waqa'a, yaqa'u, to fall into something. Wal waqi'i fiha, and the one who falls into them. So, mathal al-qa'imi ala hududillahi, the example of the one who is standing on the limits of Allah, or he is upholding and he is steadfast upon the limits of Allah. Wal waqi'i fiha, and the one who falls into these limits, meaning he goes beyond the bounds. So if we have an example, we have, for example, a line here. One second. Let me get us a pen here. Okay, close. So we have here a line, or we don't have a line. I can't get my thing to draw for some reason. So we have a line, and this is the limit. We have a line. Over here is the hudud of Allah. Do not fall into this. So a person is qa'im ala hudud. He's standing there, not going in them. He's upholding them. He's watching them. And the person who falls into the limits of Allah, what is their example? كَمَثَلِ قَوْمٍ istahamu is the example, or is like the example of a people. Istahamu. Istahamu. If we go down in the footnotes here, he shows us that istahamu means meaning iqtara'u, from qaf ra ain, meaning to draw straws or to draw lots. So for example, we have 3 sticks. One of them is shorter than the other. Whoever draws the short stick wins. For an example. So this is what it is. اقترعوا فأخذ كل واحد منهم سهما. So every one of the people took a share or an arrow or something like this that they could, draw lots with. نصيبا من السفينة بالقرعة. So here he's saying everyone took a sahm, everyone took a share or a portion. Nasib, a portion or a share. Min as-safina, of the boat. Bil qur'a. So basically, we draw lots. You get a short stick, you go down. You get a long stick, you go up. Like this. So he says, كَمَثَلِ قَوْمٍ. The example of the one who upholds and stands steadfast on the limits of Allah, and the one who falls into them is like the example of a people who draw lots. Ala safina. They're on a boat and they draw lots. فَأَصَابَ بَعْدَهُمْ أَعْلَاهَا فَأَصَابَهُمْ. So some of them, they got the upper part of the boat. Asabahum, from Sad Waw Ba. Here, Asaba Yusibu, form 4. Meaning to hit the mark, to be correct. Or to something to happen to them, as in here. Asaba Yusibu. Ba'dahum. A'laha. So some of them, they got when they drew lots, they got the upper part of the ship. Wa ba'dahum asfalaha. And some of them, when they drew lots, they got the bottom part of the ship. فَكَانَ الَّذِينَ فِي أَسْفَلِهَا. So those who were in the bottom part of it, إِذَا اسْتَقَوْا, either if or when, istaqaw, from saki, meaning sin, qaf, ya. Here, form 8, istaqaw, meaning if they wanted to get some water. Saqing is to pour or to drink, give to drink. فَإِذَا اسْتَقَوْا, if they wanted to get something to drink. Min al-ma, from the water, meaning outside the boat. They're in a boat. Marru, they would pass. Ala men fawqahum, they would have to pass upon those who were above them. Faqalu, so they said, and when you're passing by, you're sitting somewhere and somebody keeps passing by to get something, it's if they're bothering you a little bit. Faqalu, so they said, Lo anna kharaqna fi nasibina kharqa. Lo, if only, anna, if only we, kharaqna, to put a hole. Kharaqna fi nasibina, to put a hole in our portion of the ship. Kharqa, meaning emphasizing to put a hole. So if we were just to put a hole in our side of the ship, walam nu'dhi men fawqana, and therefore we would not harm those who are above us. We wouldn't have to keep passing by them, bumping into their chairs or tables or causing them any inconvenience. So let's just put a hole in our portion of the ship, meaning the bottom portion of the ship, the portion of the ship that's underwater. فَإِنْ يَتْرُكُوهُمْ. So if they were to abandon them, meaning the people up above, فَإِنْ. So if يَتْرُكُوهُمْ, if they were to leave them alone and abandon them and let them do that, يَتْرُكُوهُمْ وَمَا أَرَادُوا, if they were to leave them alone in what they wanted to do, هَلَكُوا جَمِيعًا, they would be destroyed altogether. Not only would they sink themselves down there, they'd sink the people up above. وَإِنْ أَخَذُوا عَلَى أَيْدِيهِمْ, but if they took them by their hands, if they took the people in the lower part of the boat by their hands, نَجَوْا وَنَجَوْا جَمِيعًا, they would be successful and they would all be successful. This hadith, as we said, is in Bukhari, number 2493. Now, I believe there's a ta'liq, a comment here by Muhammad Salih Ahmed Ashami. Yes. أخذوا على أيديهم أي منعوهم, take them by their hands, meaning prevent them. منعوا, هذا ممنوع, this is forbidden. ممنوع, منعوهم, meaning they would prevent them. Then the ta'liq here, the comment, it says هذا الحديث, this hadith, من رواعي البيان النبوي, من رواعي. رواعي is the plural of ra'i', meaning amazing, amazing, wonderful. So you could tell someone, for example, they do something good. You see your kid do something good. Say, هذا رائع, this is nice, this is wonderful, right? Your friend comes over with a new car, or a new car to you guys anyway. You don't have to be brand new, but it's nice. هذا رائع, رائع, سيارة رائعة. It's a wonderful car. It's amazing. I like this. Right? رواعي, plural. هذا الحديث, this hadith, من رواعي البيان النبوي. It's from the wonderful and amazing bayan, clarifications, or prophetic clarifications. وقد سمي حديث السفينة, and it has been named, like ism, sumya, it has been called or named the hadith of the ship or boat. وفيه البيان, and in it is the clarification. بأن نجاة الأمة, clarification on what? Be, with, or that, نجاة الأمة, the success and the safety of the ummah. وصلاحها, and its rectification. لا يكون, it will not be, إلا عندما, except when, يكون للأقلاء, that there will be for the intellectual people. Al-uqala, the one who has the aql. Uqala, the plural of aqil. Except that there will be for the intellectual people, فيها القدرة, then they have a qudra, a power or a strength, على الأخذ, in order to take, على أيدي السفهاء, if they're able to take, if they have the power and the ability to take the hands, meaning to prevent the sufaha, the ignorant and the foolish. وإلا, otherwise, وإلا, or otherwise, هلك الجميع, then all of the people are destroyed. So he says this hadith is from the amazing and wonderful prophetic clarifications, and it is called the hadith of the boat, and in it is the clarification that the safety and the success of the ummah and its rectification will not take place except when the intellectual people have a strength and an ability to take the foolish people by the hands and prevent them. Otherwise, if they don't have this ability, then the whole ummah will be destroyed. And how true is this? How much do we see? As we said, the link is in the chat above. Wa alaikum salam to everyone who joined. If anyone wants to come and read the next hadith, then we'll give you a second, inshallah ta'ala, to do so. If not, I'll read while people are cutting and pasting. Al-Hadith al-Khamis wal-Arba'un, the 45th hadith, mean bayna qawsayn, the mean between the parentheses, meaning it's in Sahih Muslim, on Tariq ibn Shihab, radiyallahu anhu, on the authority of Tariq ibn Shihab, may Allah be pleased with him, qala, he said, awwalu man bada'a bil khutbati, the first one who began with the khutbah, Yawm al-Eid, Yawm al-Eid, and here we have Yawm because it's the Dharf Zaman here. As we see, it's being mansub because, as we talked about yesterday in Umdat al-Ahkam, Yawm al-Eid, here the day of Eid. When? The day of Eid. So it's mansub. Awwalu, the first, man bada'a, who began bil khutbah Yawm al-Eid, the first one that began the day of Eid with the khutbah instead of the salah and then the khutbah, bada'a bil khutbah Yawm al-Eid qabla salah, the first one who began with the khutbah on the day of Eid before the salah, Marwan is the first one. فَقَامَ إِلَيْهِ رَجُلٌ, so a man stood up to him. فَقَامَ, stood up, he stood up, إِلَيْهِ, to him, رَجُلٌ, this is the fa'il, رَجُلٌ, a man stood up to him, فَقَالَ, and he said, as-salatu qabla al-khutbah, the salah is before the khutbah. فَقَال, so he said, meaning someone said to him, تُرِكَ مَا hunalika, or Marwan said to him, this is Turika ma hunalika. Turika meaning it has been left or abandoned, is passive here. Turika ma hunalika, what was there has been abandoned, meaning if I pray first and give the khutbah second, and the people know that the khutbah is not obligatory after the salah, then they'll leave. قَدْ تُرِكَ مَا هُنَالِكَ, then that what was there will be left and abandoned. فَقَالَ Abu Sa'id, so Abu Sa'id said, أَمَّا هَذَا, as for this one, meaning the man who stood up and commanded good and forbade the evil, فَقَدْ قَضَى مَا عَلَيْهِ, then indeed قَضَى, he has fulfilled ma alayhi, what is upon him. Sami'tu Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam yaqul, I heard Allah's Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam saying, Man ra'a minkum munkaran, man ra'a, whoever sees, minkum, whoever from amongst you sees, munkaran, an evil, fal yughayyirhu biyadihi, then let him. Fal here means then let him, or so let him. يغيره بيده, let him change it with his hand. فإن لم يستطيع, and if he's not able, فبلسانه, then with his tongue. فإن لم يستطيع, and if he's not able to, فبقلبه, then with his heart. وذلك أضعف الإيمان, and that is the weakest of Iman. This hadith is in Sahih Muslim, hadith number 49. طيب, no one is joined. Hadith as-Sadis wal-Arba'un, the 46th hadith is in Sahih Muslim. عن عبد الله بن مسعود رضي الله عنه أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال, this hadith is on the authority of Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Ma min nabiyyin, there is no prophet, ba'athahu Allahu fi ummatin qabli, that Allah sent, ba'athahu, that Allah sent him, fi ummatin, amongst a nation, qabli, before me, illa, except, كان له من أمته إلا except كان له there was for him من أمته from his ummah حواريون وأصحاب helpers and companions. حواريون helpers وأصحاب companions. يأخذون بسنته they would take his sunnah. يأخذون بسنته mean they would take his sunnah, meaning they would adopt it, right? They would adopt it and associate themselves with it. وَيَقْتَدُونَ بِأَمْرِهِ and they would implement his commands. يَقْتَدُونَ أَمْرِهِ they would implement his commands. ثُمَّ إِنَّهَا تَخْلُفُ مِنْ بَعْدِهِمْ ثُمَّ and then إِنَّهَا indeed they تَخْلُفُ مِنْ بَعْدِهِمْ. Let's go down to the footnote. ثم إنها تخلف الضمير في إنها ضمير القصة والشأن ومعنى تخلف التحدث. So he says here the ضمير في إنها this إنها this ha here in إنها is it's to refer back to the story. It's talking about the story and the affair. And the meaning of تخلف is تحدث, meaning to happen or take place. So ثم إنها تخلف and then there would take place من بعدهم after them خلوف. This khuluf would take place. What is khuluf? Give me 1 second for a word. I apologize. One second. Sorry. ثم إنهم تخلفوا من بعدهم خلوف, and then there basically would happen after them khuluf, meaning some type of void or emptiness. يقولون they will say ما لا يفعلون they will say what they do not do. ويفعلون ما لا يؤمرون and they will do what they were not commanded. فمن جاهدهم بيده so whoever struggled against them with his hand فهو مؤمن then he is a believer. ومن جاهدهم بلسانه and whoever struggled against them with his tongue فهو مؤمن then he's a believer. ومن جاهدهم بقلبه and whoever struggled against them with his heart فهو مؤمن then he's a believer. وَلَيْسَ وَرَاءَ ذَلِكَ and there is nothing behind that. وَرَاءَ behind, like you say وَرَاءَ الْبَيْتِ behind the house. وَلَيْسَ وَرَاءَ ذَلِكَ there is nothing behind that or after that. مِنَ الْإِيمَانِ there's nothing from Iman after that. حَبَّةُ الْخَرْدَلٍ there's not even basically a mustard seed. Habbatu khardalin, a mustard seed of Iman after that. If you don't even struggle against them in your heart, then you don't have even a mustard seed of Iman. And this hadith, as we said, is in Sahih Muslim, number 50. طيب. Next hadith. Hadith al-Sabi' wal-Arba'un, 47. عن عبد الله بن عمر رضي الله عنهما on the authority of Abdullah ibn Umar, may Allah be pleased with both of them. قال Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Ayyuhan nas, O people, murru bil ma'rufi, command the good, wanhaw anil munkar, and forbid the evil. Qabla an tad'u Allah fala yastajibu lakum. Qabla an tad'u Allah, before you call on Allah, you supplicate to Allah, فَلَا يَسْتَجِيبُ لَكُمْ and He doesn't answer you. وَقَبْلَ أَنْ يَسْتَغْفِرُوا and before you seek forgiveness, فَلَا يَغْفِرُ لَكُمْ, and he doesn't forgive you. إِنَّ الْأَمْرَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَالنَّهْيَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ, indeed the commanding of the good and forbidding of the evil, لَا يَرْفَعُ رِزْقًا, it does not remove or lift provisions, it does not remove provisions for you, lift them from you. وَلَا يُقَرِّبُ أَجَلًا, nor does it get you closer to the grave, closer to your appointed term, ajal, your appointed term. وَإِنَّ الْأَحْبَارَ مِنَ الْيَهُودِ, indeed the ahbar, I guess rabbis, min al-Yahud, from the Jews. وَرُهْبَانَ مِنَ النَّصَارَى, and the monks from the Christians. لَمَّا تَرَكُوا الْأَمْرَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَالنَّهْيَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ, لَمَّا, when, تَرَكُوا, they abandoned, al-amr bil ma'ruf wa nahy anil munkar, when they abandoned forbidding the good, commanding the good and forbidding the evil, la'anahumullahu, Allah cursed them, ala lisani, upon the tongue, and biyaihim, of their prophets. Thumma, and then ummu, from ayn mim, ummu, meaning to be generalized here. Ummul bil bila, meaning the bila, the trials and tribulations would become widespread and affecting everyone. This hadith is in Hadith Mukhtara of Al-Maqdisi, number 13 and number 3000, or number 338, 339, and its isnad is Sahih. One second here, let me see. This is our last hadith that we had. I believe Abdullah Latif joined us. Let's see what he can do for us. The last hadith, al-hadith al-thamin wal-arba'un, the 48th hadith. Faddal. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
How you doing, Akhi?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Faddal.
عن أسامة بن زيد قال سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول يجاء بالرجل يوم القيامة فيلقى في النار فتندلق أقتابه في النار فيدور كما يدور حمار براحه فيجتمع أهل النار عليه فيقولون أي فلان ما شأنك أليس كنت تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهانا عن المنكر قالوا كنت آمركم بالمعروف ولا آتيه وأنهاكم عن المنكر وآتيه.
No. Okay. Osama. What vowel goes on the ta marbuta? An Usamatu, an Usamata, an Usamati.
An Usamatu?
Which I wasn't clear what you said. What is it?
It would be a Dhamma.
No. After an, the word becomes majroor.
Okay.
An is a preposition. So an Usama. The preposition here makes Usama say what? Usama tu, Usama ta, Usama ti.
T.
Normally we would agree with you, Abdul Latif, Barakallahu Feek. But Usama ta, feminine names, feminine proper names, as well as proper names that might be masculine but look feminine because they have a ta marbuta or an alif maksura, then they're what we call mamnu' min as-sarf. They do not take sarf, meaning they do not take alif lam under most cases, and they do not take a kasra or tanween, right? So we would say, But when it becomes majroor with a fatha. So we say an Usamata ibni Zaydin. قال سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول. Fadl, translate for us and continue.
Okay. Um, there will come a a man on Yawmul Qiyamah, and then he will be cast into the fire, and then he will. I'm not sure what that means.
Okay. فتندلق أقتابه. Fa is so or therefore. Tandaliqu, the root from it is dal, lam, qaf. And this is form 7. Tandaliqu aqtabuhu. It means form 7 of dal, lam, qaf, meaning to spill out or pull or pour over. So thumma in where's it at? فتندلق أقتابه. الأقتاب الأمعة. Al-aqtab means al-am'a. Al-am'a is your intestines. So his intestines will pour out or spill forth. Finnar, in the fire. Go ahead.
And then he will make circles or rotate like what the rotation of a donkey is with Raha. It's I'm not sure what Raha is.
Okay, so he says fayaduru, meaning he will go around. Daur, yadur, meaning to go in circles. Kama yadurul himar, like a donkey goes around in circles. Bi rahahu. Bi rahahu. Raha come from ra, ha, alif maksura. This is a millstone. You know, they put, when you see a donkey or a horse sometime or a cow sometime attached to a stick going around this big stone, they put seeds and grains and stuff like on here, and it mashes it, and they walk around and they grind these two stones together, smashing this wheat and grain like this. So that's a raha, that millstone. فَيَدُورُ كَمَا يَدُورُ الْحِمَارُ بِرَحَاهُ. He'll be going around in circles like a donkey goes around in circles of the millstone, his millstone. Go ahead.
So they will gather the people of the fire upon him, and they will all say, um, which, which, not
No,
which,
not which. It's just like it's getting your attention here. Hey,
they say, to the individual, what is your matter? What is the matter with you? Did you not, were you not one that would um, enjoy good upon us, and forbid from us evil? And he would say, I was one that would order you to good, order you with good, but I would not come with it, and I would order you with, I would forbid you regarding evil, and I would come with it, i.e., commit it.
no. This hadith in Bukhari 3267 and Muslim 2989. Are there any questions? Let me see. It says here is Yajua. What? Yes, Yuja'u is passive. Yuja'u. Yaji'u is Yaji'u. He is coming. Yaji'u, he comes or he is coming. This is the active form. Yuja'u is he will be made to come. He will be brought. Right? A man will be brought. Yawm al qiyamah. A man will be brought Yawm al Qiyamah. Yawm has a fatah here because it's darf as a man. Yawm al Qiyamah. فَيُلْقَى فِي النَّارِ. He will be thrown in the fire. فَتَنْدَلِقُ أَقْتَابُهُ. And his intestines will be spilled out. فِي النَّارِ. فَيَدُورُ كَمَا يَدُورُ الْحِمَارُ بِرَحَاهُ. And he will go around in circles like the donkey goes around in circles around his millstone. فَيَجْتَمِعُ أَهْلُ النَّارِ. So the people of the fire will gather together. عَلَيْهِ. Upon him. They will come to him. They will gather together. فَيَقُولُونَ. They will say, أي فلان, oh so and so, ما شأنك? What's your affair? What's up with you? What's wrong with you? أليس أليس كنت ta'muruna. Did you not used to command us bil ma'ruf with good, wa tanhana, and forbid us anil munkar, and prevent us from evil? Qala, he will say, kuntu amurukum bil ma'rufi. I used to order you guys with good, wala atihi, but I wouldn't come with it. I wouldn't do it. Wa anhaakum anil munkar, and I would forbid you or prohibit you from evil. Wa atihi, and I would come with it, or I would do it. Any other questions? Yep. We're going to stop here. And I am traveling this weekend back to Kuwait. So there will not be a class until Monday morning, Sunday night. Monday morning, Sunday night. And again, that class will be this book, Mu'alam as-Sunnah al-Nabawiyya. That's our class for that day. Monday morning, Sunday night, we will meet. We will not meet tomorrow. We don't have a class on that day yet. And then we will not meet the next day with the names of Allah because I will be on a plane, and we will not meet the next day with no, I guess that is the next time, inshallah. Anyway, we will meet on Monday morning, Kuwait time, Mecca time, and I guess it's the middle of the night, closer to the morning time for those in the UK, and late in the night on Sunday for those in the US. And that'll be our next class. Jazakumullah khairan. I apologize for not being able to continue every day, but I'm traveling, and inshallah after that we'll be regular again. And just know that we've accomplished a lot while I was traveling, and some good news. Maybe I'll share it somewhere on YouTube somehow and you can see it or something. Until then, I'll see you, brothers, sisters, on in a few days, inshallah. Subhanaka Allahumma bihamdika. Shadu la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Jazakallah khairan ma sa'u.